Good morning. I am Madhurima Datta, Zoology and Biology Educational Content Creators. Now's content for BSc Zoology Honors, MSc Zoology, CUET PG, CSIR NET Life Sciences students. Paper non-coordinates or invertebrate zoology or diversity of living organisms. Next, unit Nidaria and topic is the sea anemone. At first, I will discuss about the characteristics of the sea anemone. Sea anemones, order Actinaria, polyps are larger and heavier than hydrozoan polyps. Most ranges from 5 millimeter or less to 100 millimeter in diameter and from 5 millimeter to 200 millimeter long, but some grow much larger. Some sea anemones or white sea anemones are cylindrical in form with a crown of tentacles arranged in one or more circles around the mouth of the flat oral disc. Next, the slit-shaped mouth leads into a pharynx. At one or both ends of the mouth is a ciliated groove called sphenoglide, which extends into the pharynx. The pharynx leads into a large gastrovascular cavity that is divided into 6 radial chambers by means of 6 pairs of primary septa or mesenteries, extending vertically from the body wall to the pharynx. Next, the free edge of each incomplete septum forms a type of sinus called a septal filament, which contains nematocysts and gland cells for digestion. In some animals, the lower ends of the septal filaments are prolonged into acanthocyte threads, also provided with nematocysts and gland cells, which can be protruded through the mouth or through pores in the body wall to aid prey capture or defense. Next, sea anemones are carnivorous, feeding on fish or almost any live animals of suitable size. Next, animals form some interesting mutualistic relationship with other organisms. Many species harbor symbiotic dinoflagellates, that is zooxanthellae, within their tissue similar to the heart coral zooxanthellae association. Next, sexes are separate in some sea anemones, whereas others in hermaphroditic. Monoecious species are protandrous. Gonads are arranged on the margins of the septa and fertilization occurs externally or in the gastrovascular cavity. The zygote develops into a ciliated larva. Asexual reproduction commonly occurs by pedal laceration or by longitudinal fission, occasionally by transverse fission or by budding. In pedal laceration, small pieces of the pedal disc break off as the animal moves, and each of these regenerates a small animal. Next, hexacorallian corals. Hexacorallian corals belong to the order Scleractinia, sometimes called true or stony corals. Stony corals might be described as miniature sea anemones that live in calcareous cups that they have secreted. A coral polyp's gastrovascular cavity is subdivided by septa arranged in multiples of 6 or hexameras, and its hollow tentacles surround the mouth, but there is no sphingoglyph. Living polyps can retract into the safety of their cup when not feeding, since the skeleton is situated below the living tissue rather than within it. The calcareous material is an exoskeleton. In many colonial corals, the skeleton may become massive, building up over many years, with the living coral forming a sheet of tissue over the surface. 3 other small orders of Zoantheria are recognized. Next, tube anemones or thorny corals. Members of subclass Seriantipatheria have unpaired septa. Tube anemones are solitary and live buried to the level of the oral disc in soft sediments. They occupy tubes constructed of secreted mucus and threads of nematocyst-like organelles into which they can withdraw. Next, thorny or black corals are colonial and attached to a firm substratum. Their skeleton is of a horny material and as thorns. Both of these orders are small in number of species and are limited to warmer waters of the sea. Next, octocorallian corals. Octocorallian, octo means 8, have strict octomerous symmetry or 8 symmetry with 8 pinnate tentacles and 8 unpaired complete septum. They are all colonial and gastrovascular cavities of the polyp communicate through a system of gastrodermal tubes called solenia. The solenia run through an extensive mesoglia in most octocorallians, and the surface of the colony is covered by epidermis. The skeleton is secreted in the coenchyme and contains limispicules, fused spicules, or a horny protein often in combination. Thus, the skeletal support of most alcyonairians in an endoskeleton. The variation of pattern among the species of octocorallians lend great variety to the form of the colonies from soft coral such as Dendronephthya. Next, Renilla, the sea pansy, is a colony reminiscent of a pansy flower. Its polyps are embedded in the fleshy upper side, and a short stalk that supports the colony is embedded in the sea flower. Now the topic has ended.